Hello there. I know it's dark at the moment. What we have here is the old-fashioned retro old-school type computer experience. As you will be able to see when I pull back enough, this is a laptop. This laptop contains, well, it doesn't contain, but it did contain the files for this old retro school type gaming experience. The idea being that you can upload and play other people's old snaps, old school retro game snaps, using various emulators that you can easily get using this very site. And this is a site, basically I'm going to go there now. I'm going to move my mouse there. The screen comes to life. I have prepared something earlier of the era. Is this older 8-bit style games? Yeah, I'm trying not to be too long because I've only got about 15 minutes. I'm kind of hoping this is going to run. So I'm going to get just Firefox, nothing too exciting. Just good old fashioned grungy Firefox. And I'm going to go. I'm not even sure what I'm doing here. I've not prepared this or anything like that. So I'm just going to type alert. See that? Yeah. Okay. Find myself on keyboard. Let 8-bit. Get it to that. .co.uk. That's the site. Return. So this, it looks really poor at the moment, but regardless of how it looks, it's got some good stuff in it. Basically, the main idea is to choose a computer you're interested in, and in that section you can go and get the emulator for it, and then from the obtaining of the emulator based on the instructions that you will receive when you go to that page, split up into different sections that you can then proceed to go and get all the games that are available for it. And the process that's involved there is very straightforward. So everything is explained in the process of doing it. It's not 100% clear yet. When you come here the first time, you'll be able to either chat, log in. This will tell you roughly what that means, how you go about getting the emulator, and that will get you through it into the process of getting the emulator. But at the moment, it's basically like a web page. You just go on there, and it's got sections like a Wikipedia thing. This might be like your article. It's just kind of like an old retro school computers. So you're picking an article that you want to read. In a sense, it works like that at the moment. It's not very clear. It's not very quick, this site. Okay, so this is actually now gone to that site. You see the colours changed. I hope you can see the colours changed. If not, you should see an optician. And that's my attempt at humour, very poor. But each one has a different colour. Amazingly, it's quite state of the art like that. That's even more humour. Gosh, I hope I'm not boring you. And further than that, it's got its own particular kind of style. Apart from that, there's little style differences that have to do with the look of it a bit. Like, for example, a subtle difference, but some of the sections will be listed in alphabetical order because the sections don't have many games on it. So this BBC Micro is, as you can see, in 3D in alphabetical order. It starts with the numbers at the beginning and then goes on to A and B, blah 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 blah. So in the end you get to Z. Amazingly. It's like that. I don't know how I do it. But now I have these inspirations, and other sections will be just absolutely random. So you go on them, and in the same way you'll pick the article, and it won't be in the same order. Just to add a bit of variety, because there's quite a few. And I might split these down later in different categories of game later on. But for the moment it's just each micro. Okay, computer change the BBC Micro. That's another customization that's on it. There's a different graphic for it. And I had the idea of letting you customize it as you want as well. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. At the moment it's just because I've been doing it for myself. I want it to be more open. Obviously that would be the whole kind of point of it. There's no point just me doing this for myself. What is this up on? It's just a list of games, and each one would allow you to basically have a comment and you play it, maybe drop some feedback on it, much the same way as you would download an app from the App Store and then put some feedback on it. Someone else can read that feedback and maybe even reply to other feedback and just take it from there. So at the moment, I don't think these links even work. But if it was available, that would give you opinions there, and you would be able to click it. At the moment, I don't think this link is doing anything. Oh, it does work. Oh, yeah, it goes there, but I haven't uploaded the URL yet. So this is only kind of this would open another page and it will show you all the comments. That would be the comments are in the database because the database is there, but the link I've only just uploaded one part of the website, very small part, a tiny percentage of the website. This is let8bit.co.uk. Right, this is the BBC one. Let's actually go ahead. I've not tried this. This is completely live. The idea is that you click on here, and when you are ready to start, it would do the next thing and try to set up the emulator for a quick download of the image file and get a little program that you get from this thing that would just instantaneously get that data unpackaged and sent to the emulator, so it would start on your computer transparently. That's the little bit that you'd have to set up. But I mean, I'd written the program already. But on this one, I've installed that program. This magic piece of software basically gets all that data transferred. So like this would be like an MP3 you download. And in the same way as you would from Amazon, this magic piece of software just basically takes that raw data and knows how to handle it. It's like a special format called 8-bit that I made up. And it takes it, one of the things it says is which computer it's for, and then it's the game image kind of thing. And that's just like literally the image of the actual original data from the game. And that data would be meaningful obviously only to an emulator, and that's the bit that the program then knows where your emulator is, which is done with a simple thing to set up your emulator, more or less like a setup program. So there's two parts. There's a setup program that detects all your emulators and sets up a few INI files, and then there's the part that stays in your computer that gets wrong when an 8-bit program comes along. So it'd be like the Word and .doc. It knows that Word opens. It's the same thing, that the setup program associates the 8-bit with the program, the 8.8-bit file, which is this at the end of at the end of it would be this. This is an 8-bit file. Okay, I didn't want to do that. It's because the screensaver didn't put me off. Yeah, I want to go way back on my no. No, there isn't. Okay, a bit on. Says something, didn't it? Info maybe? I don't know. What happened? To the place I can see. Oh, yeah. All right. So when you go over some part of it, it gives you a clue which you can put in the data. You can edit the data, but only I can edit the data. I should say really, because it's only just my thing. I've only got about 5 minutes left, so I better get on with something. Let's try something exciting here. So I'm going to try running FRAC. This is the 8-bit thing. It should run the little program that I wrote, which I've already set up. So it knows where the emulators are on this Windows 7 PCs. And it set up the program so it runs like Word would run if you download a doc file, for example. And this is just how the program that runs that would run if you run the .8-bit format, which is what's at the end here. I was trying to say before the screensaver kicked in. But so if I click it, something should take me. There's actually that's a bad link. It should have been indexed. But damn it, that's what would have happened. I could try and correct this here, but it probably would just be too hard for me to do it. That's what would happen. It would be basically that part would be, this part would be the 8-bit format file, and that'd be like a doc format or a WAV format, and your Windows will know that that program that has been set up by a separate setup program will be associated and will run that this thing that will get your emulator all set up for you and running on your computer. But because I haven't done this properly yet, work in progress, you know. So I've got this set up on my computer because I've not really uploaded it to the web yet. I've had bits of it running on my computer, but I've not really done it properly on the web. So that's work in progress. I've got to finish everything. That these links are wrong. I've obviously changed them at some point. And they shouldn't have been index2.php. That might have been all that there is, and that would have allowed it. That basically would have sent would have made the web page try to give you the .8-bit file from this website. So at the moment, that's all that's going to happen. But if it had done that, it would probably have worked, I think. Maybe there's a couple of other things that would have been wrong. I've never done it like it's live, you know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just trying to upload one file at a time and seeing what happens, see what I can do, see how that goes. So anyway, hopefully it'll be improved soon.